2023 is here, and tonight, you're going to sleep with me, but be warned. Spoilers are coming. We'll begin with a bit of decorating the living room, with her kids joining in. Soon enough, Mai arrives, and she's blown away by the living room's setup. The kids welcome him with huge grins, and she can't help but feel a bit down about him being there. She points out that he's home earlier than planned, and he admits it was a mistake after seeing how everything's turned out. He heads to the fridge to grab something to eat, and she asks if she looks good in her outfit. Na heads off to work at the publishing company, and she's immediately surrounded by her colleagues, ready to tackle a busy day. She bumps into Yannick, who tells her he'll be working with her from now on. It's clear they have a history, and neither of them seems thrilled about being tied down. Na reminisces about a time when they were really in love, like that one night at the bar. It turns out that this happened exactly 10 years ago. Those were the steamy years when they had more passion than Nina could ever muster with her mom. We all know where this movie is going, but 10 years ago, both Nina and Yannick thought they were meant to be together. Suddenly, Nina's co-worker, Agnieszka, barges into Yannick's office, striking up a conversation right at his desk. In a moment of panic, Nina shoots Agnieszka off. Moments later, Nina receives a call from her mom, inviting her over for dinner that night. Realizing she forgot about it, she quickly reaches out to Mai, who she had previously asked not to help with the girls. Mai declines, leaving Nina to figure out a solution on her own. Her mom, who's supposed to prevent her from realizing she's been forgotten about, dashes to the school just to discover the kids have already been collected. That's a pretty rude move. Upon her return, she finds her dad there, ready to assist with the setup. However, he subtly suggests that she should be with someone more supportive. It turns out this dinner is a big deal for her and her dad's 9th wedding anniversary. After dinner, Na asks her husband to make love to her, and he begrudgingly agrees to finish quickly. When their daughter comes in, he quickly lets her interrupt them, leaving Na to wait until the morning. Yannick is already at work, and they start coming up with ideas. Na is really impressed by how fast Yannick is able to open up and how well they seem to collaborate while they discuss things. Recalls the time when Yannick asked her to accompany him to meet someone, but she declined, fearing ridicule for her interest in an older man. She gets a bit nervous when Yannick brings up the topic of love, but she's taken aback when he reveals she's a mother, given it's been just 10 years. He's heartbroken because he had always dreamed of having 2 daughters with her during his high school years. Jan's sister, Eliza, came over to his place to check on how he was doing. Right away, she sensed something was off. She quickly figured out he was in love and tried to coax more details from him. He confessed she was the most amazing person to him, but when he mentioned she was married with children, Eliza became visibly upset. Yannick, however, was determined not to let love escape him this time. That night, across town, he sent Na a text about work, and the conversation ended on a hopeful note. Items that get a good night text after that. Na heads downstairs to enjoy a glass of wine with Mai, and he mentions that he's planning to spend his annual month-long vacation in Iceland a bit sooner this year. Na is angry because this period is usually the busiest with work and the kids' events. However, Maciek is eager to go the next day. Nina wakes up to find breakfast already prepared by her daughters, and Mai is just going to take the kids to his mom's place for a few days so she can relax. Na gets to work taking photos with Yannick the next day, and the following day, Na and the girls are ready to go on air with their mic. However, the mic has changed plans again without informing Na, and he's decided to hire a driver to avoid any arguments. Maciek goes to give her a goodbye, but Na isn't in the mood for it. Na decides to leave. Benefit of her day off, she takes the girls to the park that evening, but she doesn't go out to eat with Yannick. Instead, she shares with them how much she appreciates his company, describing him as the ideal gentleman during their meal. He captures many photos of her that he later reviews before retiring for the night. The following day, while at work, Yannick struggles to maintain their secret love affair, especially since he's invading Nina's personal space. Suddenly, Nina receives a call and rushes out of work. She searches for the first aid kit but can't find it, so she contacts Maciek to inquire about its whereabouts. She informs him that their daughter is ill, and he responds with frustration, urging her to diagnose the problem before ending the call. Yannick is also dealing with Agnieszka, who insists he leave and spend time with her for a drink. When Nina's daughter calls, Nina asks Yannick to pick up some medicine, which leads Yannick to abandon Agnieszka. At Nina's house, Yannick surprises the girls by picking up dinner and sweets for them. After seeing Nina's daughter asleep, he arranges dinner for her and leaves a note to check in if she needs anything. Mac is dozing in a tent amidst Iceland, and he doesn't even bother to make a call or check in the following day. Janette arrives for lunch with Na and the girls. While Lenina seems to like him, Zuja advises him to leave before he departs. Yannick gives Nina a passionate rub on the hand, Lena, on the other hand, tells Mick that Yannick has been fantastic in making them feel better. However, Mac becomes worried when Na mentions needing assistance and hangs up on him. Mac reaches out to Nina's mom for help, who is the last person he would want stuck in a loveless home. Yet, the next time Na sees Yannick, she finally decides to confront him. Na's mom criticizes her for her behavior with the kids, and Na can't stand being around her anymore. Her mom promises to stay until she's done. Zuja is feeling better, and Na gives her a schedule for 3 days later. Na then decides to take a walk with Yannick, during which he suggests she visit him that night. There's more to this than meets the eye. Na visits Yannick's place, and is impressed by how his decor complements her own. Yannick notes that his house looks quite different from hers, which Na attributes to Mai. Later, at Nina's, the two of them get very intimate. That night, M-Chick has a video call with the group and discovers that Na has been working nights since her mom was around. The following day, Na decides to visit a private spa with Yannick. This hints at a potential continuation of their time together. However, on the way back to town, Yannick asks why Na doesn't drive to work, to which Na mentions Mai owns the car and she doesn't have any personal belongings with her. The children and he mention that she can stay with him, and they don't plan to return to town. Instead, they decide to visit a secluded lake and spend some more time together. I'm not sure if they've made any progress on their work since they began to date. Then, Yannick brings up the idea of moving in together, which seems more complicated than it first appears. That night, Yannick sits outside, pondering her true feelings. She realizes her mother is there, comforting her, and confesses that she's fallen in love. Her mother advises her to be completely certain of her decision before making any irreversible choices. The next day, Yannick tells Yannick that she can't manage to stay with him. Keeping everything in balance with him, she advises him to accept a position at a competing firm. Yannick is concerned that she's acting impulsively, but she manages to resolve everything in the meantime. Meanwhile, Mick has a space in me, and after hearing his story about his ex-girlfriend, Magic appears to offer him a fresh outlook on things at work. News spreads that Yannick is joining the rival company, and Agnieszka visits to mock Nina one final time. However, Na receives a call from her mother while at home, but she's not in the mood to socialize. When Na picks up the girls from school, her dad is waiting outside and they decide to go to the park to chat. This guy dislikes Mick, and he bombards Na with information hoping to change her mind about him. He doesn't mention the breakup directly, but he shares his own experience of choosing his family over his love for his children. Na believes that the children's happiness is the most important thing, and she thinks that's what should guide decisions. However, her dad mentions that the kids can't really be content until their parents are also happy. Yannick is engrossed in a book in his room when suddenly there's a knock at the door. To his surprise, there's no one there when he opens it. She immediately begins to make advances towards him, but Yannick intervenes, feeling that this will only complicate things further. However, she persists, and they end up on the bed. Oh snap, but then she stops. She's not going to ask her to assist in calming her down the following day, when Minchi is journeying to the airport, during which time he stumbles upon an unconscious individual who has tumbled into a crevice, and he opts to descend to offer assistance, while Na is subsequently reunited at the hospital under the Iceland rescue team, who instructs him to maintain his position and refrain from acting upon his urge to descend. While en route, they receive a notification that Mai has been involved in an accident, prompting them to divert to the hospital rather than enforcing an immediate return. Instead, Na partakes in a conversation with Maki. Meanwhile, Na proceeds to sit with Maki as he recuperates and rescinds her text message to Yanni, informing him of her decision to remain by her side instead of returning immediately. Yanni protests this, but Na does not offer him an opportunity to clarify his reason for not making his return. Attempting to inform Yanni of the situation, her husband is in a coma, and Yannick is the despised lover he just caught in the act of cheating on his wife, giving Na some breathing room so she can figure out her next steps, and she returns with Mai after 4 days. Mai gradually awakens, and he tells Na he misses her terribly, so Na is uncertain if the new outlook is sufficient, but he promises it's a step in the right direction. As Na reaches out to hold his hand, Make feels nothing. She comforts him, promising everything will be fine, and he starts to cry that evening. The next day, Na takes a stroll through town, thinking over her feelings as the sun sets. The movie ends here,